Hey, I'm Stephen Jones. I'm a senior media studies and production major at Temple University. I'm from Richmond, Virginia, which is a spot where most people at Temple University I've never even heard of or are from. So that was sort of ambitious for me to step out. I came there pretty much for the major. I wanted to do something with media, either it was sports journalism or copy editing or radio, and I ended up in the radio business just out of curiosity. I DJ'd weddings in high school and was always obsessed with music and listening to music and how people were curated to music, and that pretty much brought me to the scene in Philadelphia. My proudest accomplishment at Temple has to be become extroverted and more involved at school. I always had a close-knit group of friends in high school, and branching out to somewhere I didn't know anyone was sort of hard for me. I got involved with the campus radio station, the WHIP, very shortly, just in my freshman year. And just in 2 semesters, I went from doing promotion to being on air and then becoming the entertainment director and the programming director, just in 2 semesters. So that was a big accomplishment for me. A project that I went above and beyond for definitely has to be not necessarily my curriculum, but at my internship. I interned for Greater Media just in my junior year, and pretty much the minimum for what I had to do was just sort of be hands on deck for a morning show and file papers and look up news stories. But I took the extra effort to actually try to work on production and programming because that's where my heart was. So I asked the program director, can I have some bits and pieces of audio editing I can work on? Can I grab it? So I just went home on my laptop and started doing stuff for the show and making little fillers and liners and stuff for the show and doing a lot of production. And I actually sent it into the program director and he approved, and I actually got something aired as a junior intern on the show, and that's something that nobody has ever done. So I feel pretty proud about that. Being a millennial in what most people would call a shrinking industry is sort of tough. Everybody's trying to tell me that you can't get a job, the industry's shrinking, you have to be stellar at what you do, and that's what drives me to be a professional in this industry. I've seen the way it's adapted and the way it's evolved, and listening to Spotify and things like that have influenced me. I really want to change how the industry works. The same genres and the same formats always pop up, and I want to be able to evolve those. And need to be a program director of a new type of genre that can be on FM radio or just evolve the way that radio is curated to the average listener. If I had to pick 3 words that describe me, it would be ambitious, because I stepped out of my comfort zone coming to the city of Philadelphia and Temple University. I'm also careful. I double check everything and make sure everything's perfect. And the last word I would use to describe me is illuminate. I feel as if I'm able to connect with complete strangers and soften the tension in a room. I love meeting new people now, and it's one of my favorite things to do, especially when I'm trying to make connections in the industry or connections at home or just in relationships in general. Thank you so much for your time and giving me the opportunity to make this video for you, and I look forward to bringing my talents to your company.